Hello again, I'm Greg. My wife's sister lives in Oklahoma, and she reported she works in the education system, and she reported that many of the schools she visits as a professional have classes full of Spanish speakers, especially in the elementary schools. And these people are the children of illegal immigrants in the United States. And the load that they place on various institutions designed to serve American citizens only is quite heavy, apparently. And it just gave me a sense that maybe the people who are protesting the ICE agents and their mission should perhaps travel elsewhere. The people in the northern states, for example, who seem to be much less affected because of the geographic distance from the influx of people who have not been vetted and not been invited into your shared country. Should travel to these other places and just take a look at the effects that this large amount of people who are uninvited and thus, to a certain extent, presumably unwelcome, place on systemic institutions and other kinds of social services that are meant to help relatively marginal people who are American citizens. And I understand if people who protest and who are themselves marginal and yet Americans feel some kind of kinship with marginal people who come into the country without going through the vetted system, and then maybe they identify with them at some level, that they are victims of a larger system, a system of capital, a system of politics, a system of demographics. But I think that this identification in this case is misplaced. And I think that if those people who are Americans actually dig into the issues at hand, they'll see that they're not only being placed in unfair competition and undue competition with people who are illegal to their country, but that this is being done at their expense. Indeed, it seems to me that objectively, the very people who should be supporting ICE and their mission are some of the people who are protesting it. So there's an irony there. And then on the other hand, if there are people who are very insulated from any effect of illegal immigration, these are people who are not just living in irony, but living in hypocrisy. And that's quite a bit worse, as we know, ethically. So I would urge them simply to go home. Thanks again.